Engaging with an accredited educational institution would certainly give credibility with authenticity. That is exactly why we are connecting with the IDP Director of Sri Lanka, Mr. Ravi Chandran. Welcome to Talking Point.
Thank you. Pleasure having you here.
It is undeniable that IELTS is the globe's most opted test of English for migration. But getting oneself evaluated accurately is a question.
Thanks for asking this question. It's not only for migration, even for study purposes, whereas people go for higher education. Okay, IELTS is the most trusted and credible English language proficiency test in the world. Okay, it's accepted more than 11,000 organizations across 140 countries. These organizations include universities, training institutions, immigration agencies, and much more. The development of IELTS test follows a rigorous and robust processes, encompassing meticulous test design, development, and validation. These stringent procedures guarantee that every version of test maintains a comparable level of difficulty, enabling consistent and valid results across diverse test administration worldwide. In an effort to reflect real life language usage in various global contexts, IELTS content is curated by accomplished test writers hailing from different English-speaking countries. This multicultural approach ensures that the test remains unbiased and equitable, catering to the diverse background and experience of all test takers. While the reading and listening sections have automated scoring, writing and speaking, which is the most important section, are corrected by expert and trained professionals who ensure that all aspects of language proficiency are considered before marking. As a result of these meticulous measures and unwavering commitment to the quality, IELTS continues to serve as an impartial and accurate measures of language proficiency, empowering individuals to pursue their academic and professional aspirations around the world. Its reputation as fair, unbiased, and globally recognized language assessment instrument further enhances its standing as the perfect choice of those seeking validate their English language skills.
Don't you think since lately most of the Sri Lankans are willingly connecting with IDP Sri Lanka for their examination?
Absolutely. As we can see that in the last 6 years since we have started our own operations in Sri Lanka directly by IDP IELTS, we have increased our market share leaps and bounds. And today we can proudly say that we compete with our competition at par. Also, the IELTS test questions, answering to your question, the IELTS test questions are meticulously crafted by teams of language specialists hailing from Australia, Canada, New Zealand, the UK, and the USA. These experts work collaboratively and adhere to the specific test specification that outline the key characteristics of each of the 4 IELTS components, which is listening, reading, writing, and speaking. Okay. These guidelines help maintain consistency and fairness across all test versions, all the 4 versions. Additionally, the writing process is carefully guided, ensuring the selection of appropriate material and the development of relevant and meaningful questions. While the reading and listening sections are marked automatically by the computers, the writing and the speaking sections are evaluated by highly trained examiners, as I said before. These examiners are certified professionals who undergo regular monitoring and standardization procedure to ensure adherence of IELTS marking criteria and uphold the test global standard of evaluation. The involvement of real individuals in the marking process offers several distinct advantages such as human understanding, flexibility, and comprehensive evaluation. Human examiners possess a deep understanding of language nuances, enabling them to assess candidates' response holistically and comprehend the context in which language is used. This ensures a fair and accurate evaluation of candidates' language proficiency. So, to be fair to all and each and every test takers across the globe, we follow this particular method.
That's right. So we were just discussing about how IELTS related questions are set by real people and marked by real individuals to give you a very clear picture with regard to your examination results. So moving on, education and skill migration has been an area of concern by many since lately. What are your perspectives when it comes to the exposure of scope of education done overseas?
Studying in different countries provides students with a plethora of opportunities, both in terms of personal growth as well as career development. Through an overseas academic environment, individuals gain access to a broader network, if I have to say, and diverse perspectives, which can provide invaluable for their future endeavors. Moreover, international internship and collaboration present during this period can serve as a catalyst for accelerated career development. Furthermore, being part of a multicultural setting with educational institution fosters an environment of cultural understanding and empathy. Interacting with students from various backgrounds cultivates a deeper appreciation for diversity and helps individuals become more compassionate global citizens. Beyond academics, migrating to another country, answering to your question, migrating to another country for education for work demands adaptability and resilience. Okay. Living in an unfamiliar environment requires individuals to overcome challenges and become self-confident and self-sufficient. Okay. And this process of self-reliance empowers them to handle different situations across the world and with confidence, further enhancing their personal and professional growth. In addition to the self-development, exposure to the new culture and societies sharpens social skills and enhances one's overall personality. This ability to communicate effectively and connect with the people in different walks of life is an invaluable asset in today's interconnected world. As a result, overseas exposure through education and skill migration can be transformative experience. It opens up a wide range of opportunity, enriches one's understanding of the world. This equips individuals with the skills and mindset needed to thrive in increasingly globalized society in today's world. Embracing such experience can lead not only to personal growth but also contribute positively to the communities and industries they engage with throughout their lives.
And that is why it's necessary to master the language where the international speaker speaks,
Absolutely.
Isn't it?
That's absolutely right.
True. During a period where an economic turbulence is being experienced in a nation, still, education should be prioritized. Please share your viewpoints with regard to the same.
This is, I think, fantastic question considering what Sri Lanka is going through in the last 12 to 18 months of economic crisis as well as followed by the pandemic.
True.
Prioritizing education during period of economic turbulence is not just a social responsibility but also an economic necessity. By investing in education, a nation can develop its human capital, foster innovation, reduce inequality, and lay foundation for a brighter and more prosperous future. It's essential for policymakers and stakeholders to recognize the long-term benefit of education and allocate resources accordingly, even in challenging economic circumstances.
Certainly, yes. And education is unmatchable. And you cannot definitely look at avenues to minimize this pathway, isn't it?
Absolutely. So that is the reason why we as IDP Education in Sri Lanka, we've been present with our own operations for the last 7 years now. We are coming out with one of the largest education fair where we are going to be attracting most of the students seeking studying abroad in the 6 English-speaking countries, which is mainly Australia, New Zealand, UK, Canada, Ireland and USA. So that's the reason we are coming out with the biggest education fair on 11th August in Kandy at the Grand Candian Hotel, and on 12th August at Taj Samudra Hotel. This is specifically to cater the multi-destination environment, what we call as, which is for UK, Ireland, USA and Canada. So this will be followed specifically for our Australia, which is the biggest market for Sri Lanka, where in the year 2023 financial year, so Sri Lanka, from Sri Lanka, almost about 5,800 students have opted to study in Australia, which is a big thing. And predominantly Australia and Sri Lanka has a long relationship for the past 3 decades.
True.
So to specifically cater to the need of these students who are aspiring to give IELTS for their study purpose as well as for the migration to these countries, so we are coming out with our biggest ever event on 18th August at Kandy at the Grand Candian Hotel, and on the 19th August at the Galadari Hotel in Colombo. This is only to cater to all these people who are in need of the hour in terms of getting their migration as well as for the study abroad option. And this is, I'm telling you, coming after the last event which we had in February, where we had the highest ever participating student coming in, which resulted in huge growth for Sri Lanka as well as for IDP.
And a personality such as you stating the importance with regard to education. So if we just leave the migration aspect aside, even if you do get educated, once again you're going to save the nation, isn't it?
Absolutely.
And also IDP has set a platform where it caters to convenience. There are many centers island-wide, isn't it?
Absolutely. Being a global leader in education, in the international education specialist, for the past 50 years we have been present. Our first and main objective of coming into Sri Lanka is to reach out to more and more people. Instead of they coming to us, we going to them. So we started with one test center in 2016 when we started our operation. So today I can proudly say that we have 15 test centers across the island, and we are catering to almost about 30,000 students in a year who comes and gives IELTS test with us approximately.
IELTS has been an examination which it strategizes and assists a candidate to migrate with convenience. So we were in discussion with Mr. Ravi Chandran, IDP Sri Lanka Country Director, who took us through the importance of mastering IELTS since it is a strategized examination. Thank you so much for connecting with Talking Point.
Thanks a lot, Saprina, for giving this opportunity, as well as all the best to all of the viewers who are looking there. So we are there to help you, support you and guide you through your process of migration as well as study abroad. Thank you.